Howdy all, once again folks, it's Wild Weather for LiveWeatherBlogs.com, taking a look at the water vapor map from hamweather.com. And tonight we have our storm system that caused the blizzard in the Four Corners region lifting out, and the center of that is moving through western Missouri. Now there's still enough dynamics here causing some pretty hefty thunderstorms moving through toward New Orleans area. Some pretty heavy thunderstorms now moving through western Tennessee, and this activity is moving off in this direction. Here goes the northern branch that brought down some much chillier air today across the northern mid-Atlantic. 39 degrees at 6 o'clock in media. Temperatures have warmed a degree, and the temperatures from here should start to rise as the winds around this departing high pressure become southeasterly and the low comes in from the west. The frontal system right now lies right about here, and this front will come back as a warm front. Temperatures making a run for 60 degrees in Philadelphia. It's quite warm for this time of the year. As you can see, the cold air came down. The cold air is leaving. See you later. The ANAO is positive, therefore no, the cold air has any staying power, and the storm system can just come up with its warm air, and all the snow possibilities are out the window. As this storm passes by, we're going to put this in motion again. You're going to look upstream to see what will occur next. Well, here's the northern branch of the jet stream, and you can see a counterclockwise twirl here in Hudson Bay. Some colder air is trying to come down, but you notice it's moving more toward the east than it is south. So this storm moves out of the way. A somewhat chillier air mass comes in its place, but nothing out of the ordinary for early December, with temperatures in the low 40s and nighttime lows not far from freezing. Now, over time, each storm goes by, the front goes further east, more cold air comes down. There's going to be one storm system that's stuck out here, is going to zip through here, and then real quick the cold air comes rushing in. Maybe some areas north and west of Philadelphia toward the Poconos see some chances of some rain changing to snow, and that's more likely probably for the third storm, which would be perhaps Christmas Day. Now, I gave it a 5 to 10% shot of the White Christmas, and that's in the Philadelphia region proper, right in the city and just around the 5-county area. Now, as you get out toward the Poconos, some models are suggesting, the Euro in particular, that this area in here is going to see some snow. So we'll see how that plays out. Right now, the GFS went with a suppressed system, but the last model run came and brought a little bit further north. So we wait and see about this to see if this is true and to see which model is going to win this tug-of-war battle. At this point, I would say there's at least a chance that we see some snow, probably rain changing to snow situation out here in central and northern Pennsylvania, maybe the Lehigh Valley down to about Pottstown. But I think this is going to exclude the Philadelphia area, Illinois 95 quarter, and points to the south and east where it'll display rain. The storm will never get itself together. The cold air isn't coming quick enough, and it just leaves as a rainstorm. And it doesn't look like a huge storm, but we will just keep an eye on it. Pretty warm in this area of Canada. Flows coming right off the Pacific, so even up here in Alberta and in Calgary, in Canada, it's pretty warm. It's been in the 40s off and on. The real cold air is stuck up in here, and when you have that Arctic oscillation at positive territory, this cold air is not coming down south. We really need a negative oscillation in the Arctic to really open the doors here, and we just don't see it coming anytime soon. Matter of fact, it's positive right through to January 1st. The NEO trying to make a move toward neutral. So can we get snowstorms? Like I said last night, yes you can, but the storm has to thread the needle, and we have to have a storm big enough, and hopefully if we get that blocking, it slows it down long enough so we can get some of these upper level pieces of energy to energize the storm and cause the storm to manufacture its own cold air. I think that's maybe the way we get some snow this year, is if we get a subtropical storm come up. The NEO goes negative, or at least neutral, slows the storm down, and we get the upper level support to slow it down enough to cause the storm to blow up and cause some dynamic cooling in the atmosphere, and that's how you get your snow this year. I'm having a hard time seeing the cold air coming down from the north, so although it's there, it's only going to be very marginal. So if you want snow, you're just going to have to be patient, folks. January is coming, and we're running out of time in December, and 4.5 to 4.8 degrees above normal is not going to get it done. Our best shot at snow looks like the 28th through the 31st of December, and that's when the NEO is projected to go neutral. So let's take a look in the meantime what's going on here, the thunderstorms. Here we go. Philadelphia here. This area, don't be surprised to see some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon as the cold front blows through. Temperatures near 60 degrees, definitely in the 60s south and east of the city. And this activity out here warrants a little bit of attention, as maybe we get some very heavy downpours with rumbles of thunders and maybe some gusty winds at 25 miles per hour or 30 miles per hour or so. And you can see that on the this is the NAM. You can see a pretty good upper level piece of energy here kicking out, and this caused a lot of diffluence, so you can see it right here. And this area right in here, we look for severe weather maybe. Okay, so let's leave you with a bit of hope. Here's the 18Z GFS. Now, if we can get this 996 millibar storm, which is a much larger storm we've seen quite a bit on the models, maybe the NAO goes neutral to negative, and we can get this to come off the coast. Use your imagination. Here's the surface degree, 32 degree line. It's too warm at the surface. This would be rain changing to snow. But if we can get this storm to move, 50 to 75 miles further east, we'd be in business. Something to keep an eye on is the 18Z GFS. Don't want to give too much stock into it, but you can see a pretty good cold air supply, and this would be a major winter storm if it's 50 to 100 miles further east. And when is this for? That's Saturday, December 31st. So that time frame, the 27th through the 31st, again, is coming up. It's a window of opportunity, but it does look like the cold air, again, doesn't have staying power. It leaves after the storm leaves, so we'll see what happens. That's all I have for tonight, folks. Be careful of the heavy rain tomorrow that comes through, especially during late afternoon. Could be rumbles of thunder. Some flooding rains and highway street flooding may be occurring in a short period of time. That's all I have. That's why weather for liveweatherblogs.com.